Okay, so here we go. All I do, I'm stuck. My impressions of 1 year on YouTube. My impressions, 1 year on YouTube. I've got 4 tips based on my experience throughout the last year. If you're interested, listen in. That's no good, that's garbage. 1 year on YouTube. My impressions, there are many. 4 I'm going to offer here right now. If you want to grow from 0 subscribers from 1 year ago to today with 0 subscribers, stay tuned, or maybe not. What do I think? First one, embrace imperfection. I'd had a wee idea to go into YouTube for a while as a little side hustle, thinking that it could maybe be a little bit of additional income for me. And wouldn't it be great to sort of combine sort of things like filmmaking and photography with that? And so I just, like many people, I just thought. And so 1 year ago at the 20th of December, I opened up a channel, YTY1 Film and Photography. And for many months, maybe 10 months, I sat and consumed loads and loads of YouTube, wanting and preparing to prepare for that first video. Now, I think on reflection with that, I would say I was frightened. I just felt I couldn't figure out how to get ideas and how to make film. So finally, on the 1st of November this year, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I finally put out my first film. Now that was made in late September, early October, based on a kind of my family, two girls from Australia had been over. They'd not long left, and I had not been feeling fantastic about having them gone. So it was an early morning walk with my dog Harley, and it was just one of them things that was just sort of reflecting my idea that I do miss my children and do want to be with them. I did plan, and I think it's important that you do plan. I think when I went into the stage of filming, I felt that the plans were okay. I can't remember it being too bad. Then I went to the editing stage, and I had made a few films earlier in the year for personal consumption, and I would have said that they were quite bad. A year earlier to that, I did a roadside filming on my motorbike, and I was incredibly felt so difficult and not capable about how I go about doing these third-person motorcycle sort of bits going along the road and moving away. And I remember asking my daughter, what do you do when you put these bits of film together? And she came back with a free software application. I opened it up, and I hadn't a clue. I just didn't know what to do with it. I was absolutely stunned. What is it that's in front of me? I think I did make some form of movie, but it was dreadful beyond description, and I just didn't know what things did, and I kind of abandoned it. I just let it go, and I then later in the year of 24, I bought myself a MacBook, and I got the movie maker application that came with that, and I spent quite a bit of time trying to learn that. Really very difficult, and hence those first holiday videos for personal use only came about, and they were quite clunky and not good at all. So I finally got around to doing the first video, and I think my goal was just to keep it with using a tripod, using scenes of walking towards a camera, walking away, setting behind, perhaps bringing in the sun. It was done on an early morning to get the sunrise, and partially that was to avoid people. I only saw at that time in the morning, it was maybe 6 in the morning or something, I can't remember the time, but I only ever saw one other person, and I really did not want to have people coming around or passing me at all. I was just felt so ridiculously uncomfortable about doing it. So yes, it was great to get out in the morning, and the result, it was a beautiful sunny morning, and that was the one that I took. And on it, even when I had edited it and put it together, I could feel there were things about it that I didn't want, that I felt that just weren't right. But I felt you've got to just see this as a learning journey, and wherever you see yourself, however you reflect on it, you've no doubt that the end journey is going to be so far in the distance. But my feeling is that every time you do a little movie, that little distance will get shorter and shorter. It will, of course, you'll never ever meet it, because you'll always be looking to set yourself new goals and to stretch your boundaries of creativity. So yeah, embrace perfections. Now I'm going to look here down here, because the idea is really I should be able to roll off of this, and I have prepared a script of sorts. But that is another thing about the preparation is perfection is I'm approaching the time that I actually need to go with this, and much as I've created many notes, I think the time is now to go. I'm going to look at my second pound. Yeah. I think that's it. Allow yourself to feel ready. So when I actually finally went in September, October, I felt ready. I wanted to do this. I wanted to get that movie done. I felt I could plan, and I felt I could shoot that movie. I could overcome those difficulties of being seen by other people by doing various things like getting up very early in the morning. But I didn't feel like I was perfectly ready. I just felt, yeah, I'm ready to go with it. Let's do it. So that was 10 months by the time we launched. So yeah, it's quite a long time, but I wouldn't say, on reflection, between a year ago and those 10 months to that first video launch, it still was an exciting, it still was a very rewarding learning journey, and therefore I've no regrets about that length of time. So go when you feel you are ready. I think the third point, I'm not going to try and glance down and see what my third point is. I know what it is. Is that the one that I want at the very end? There's 4. I'll tell you what though, don't tell anyone. I think it's important not to tell anyone. No friends, no family. I almost told a friend this morning who had messaged me and said something about that he was going to do some kind of podcasting, and was going to launch a YouTube channel. And he has said to me several times in the past, you should start a YouTube channel and get out on the motorbike and talk to me. You're great at talking to strangers and getting their story and whatever, and you'd be good at it. And your challenge is to get a channel up and ready and running before I do. And he gave me a target time of around about the end of January, and I almost wrote back and said I've already done it. Fortunately, I didn't. I wouldn't tell anyone. Your friends and family are not your audience. Your audience are people that you just don't know. You may meet some of them in the future, but they're really not your closest friends. They'll be interested. They'll be supportive. They'll subscribe. But the Wizard of Oz algorithm will possibly get confused over it and start pointing towards them as you launch videos. And like everybody else these days, everybody's very, very busy, and they may just click through and come off very quickly, and that kind of might distort things a wee bit. They may even just not even watch. And I've kind of got a thing in my head. I had a little joke about 0 subscribers. I'm just so excited to wait and see who that first subscriber is. I want them. Who are they? Where are they in the world? Who is that person? I would like to meet them eventually, but I subscribe to quite a few young channels, and I want to watch their journey, and I have thought about commenting on some of these younger channels, and I will do. I think that's an important thing to do. But I want to get that first subscriber in. I feel that if I made a comment, they may kind of look me up and see that I've got no subscribers and think, wow, I'm going to get that. And I don't want to sort of be seen to be, I don't want to feel as though I kind of courted it. I just would really like that first subscriber to think, I'm going to watch this person. I'm just going to see what happens with them. So I'm just going to go with it. So we'll see with that. But afterwards, yeah, I would be commenting and liking, sharing much of the stuff that I see. But yeah, I would not tell anyone. My wife doesn't know. I think she might suspect. We are looking at, this is about 5 o'clock. She finishes work around about this time, and she might take about an hour to get home. I'm going to hopefully get wrapped up, closed up. However, my minor rearrangements that I've made in my living room, she'll notice something. She'll notice that things are changed a little bit. I won't remember exactly how to put it back. You will note it's Christmas. So yeah, the channel was opened on the 20th of December 2024. So yeah, we're on a Christmas. Probably my idea would be to have a 1 year review every year. What's my 4th one? I think I've done Embrace Imperfection, Be Ready When You're Ready, Tell No One, and Under the Stress of All This, I can't recall the 4th, and I'm going to have to go and look. Okay, Tell No One. Yeah, of course. That was, Tell No One was indeed my 4th one. Use what equipment you have. Now, I am shooting for the very first time. This is the very first time I've ever gone piece to camera. And I know I would do it eventually. I know I was going to do it. And I deliberately kind of wanted to keep myself kind of in the background for the first few videos. And I may well keep doing that for a wee while longer. But goodness me, and the stress of it all. Yeah, that one of these things here. Use what you have. Now I'm shooting on a tripod. I've got an iPhone 17, which is a brand new phone. I'm shooting in 4K at the moment, 30 frames, because I think you get a much crisper, clearer picture. The other stuff I've done in 24 frames a second. Now, more than a year ago, if you started saying things like this to me, I would be completely lost. My first video was filmed on a Samsung Flip 3, which I have here, and the one I did, the one that launched last week, was filmed on this, and I just struggled to make that transition. I like equipment, and I like to stick with it. I like to run it till it can't run anymore. Now the thing about this phone is the security updates on it run out, and I had to make a jump somewhere, and I am kind of a person that likes to go and buy and hang on for as long as possible. So I got a base iPhone 17 with 512 megabytes of RAM. Is that megabytes? Gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, this is the first film that I am making with that phone. The tripod belonged to my daughter. She left it. I can see that it has imperfections about it. I have a D3-100, a Nikon DSLR camera. When I go for vertical long exposure shots, the mechanism doesn't hold and it moves over. At some point I'll probably invest in a new tripod, a decent quality one. Yeah, I will continue to use this Samsung flip phone along with the iPhone 17. Lighting, I've got it here behind me, and I actually have got a big 75-inch screen television here with, I looked up, white screen. So that is flashing, that is pushing a pure white screen onto me. I don't know how much of a difference it is actually making, but this is where this is about embrace imperfection. I will reflect on this video and look and think, what can I do to make that scene a lot better? I'm pretty confident it's going to be reasonably well lit, but I am sure there is plenty of scope for it to be much better lit. I could put the main lights on in here and get a much brighter screen, but we'll see what it's like. Unless it's very dark, I will run with it. I will go with it. But so there we are. My 4 impressions of running YouTube for 1 year. I could talk more about what my plans are ahead, and I think I may well come back with an independent video on that matter and see what we'll do for the year ahead. I do hope that 1 year from now we are not on 0 subscribers. So I've had a few views, but I don't know, I can't be sure. I think it might be me that I've done some of them. I think YouTube Studio, I think I run one of the videos through a YouTube Studio believing that it wouldn't click that as a view, and it didn't go at the time, but I think the next day it had run through as a click, and I thought, I think that's me. So some of them might have been me. I think that I do believe that there are some people who've watched my stuff. So embrace imperfections. Be ready when you feel you are ready. Tell no one that you're doing this for as long as possible, and don't spend any money. Try and avoid big investment. Media is an expensive business, and the phone that you have the camera that you have in your phone is more than adequate to deliver good video for you for the moment. So I would not get yourself into difficulties with money thinking that it's going to change everything for you. I think I'm at the point of rounding up there, and I think I've gone much longer than I intended to. I just want to wish you and everyone a wonderful Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.